Welcome back, everyone. We're going to be solving LeetCode 590, N-ary tree postorder traversal. Given the root of an N-ary tree, we want to return the postorder traversal of its nodes' values. So if we take a look at example 1, right, we're given this tree 1, 3, 2, 4, 5, and 6. We need to return 5, 6, 3, 2, 4, and 1, right? Postorder traversal starts with the leftmost leaf nodes, goes up, so 5, 6, up to 3, we go to 1, then we traverse down to 2, go back to 1, traverse to 4, add that in, and then we finally make it back to the root node. So we are going to run a depth first traversal in order to solve this. So our depth first traversal always uses a stack. What are we going to put on this stack? We're going to put the root and a visited status of false. And we are going to have an output. We will call it res. Now, all we have to do now is run our depth first traversal. So super easy. So we'll say while the length of our stack is not equal to 0, we are going to grab the node and the visited status with stack.pop. And then we are going to check if the node is null or not. So we'll say if node is not none. What do we want to do? We also want to check if we have a visited status of true. So we'll say if visited is equal to true. Now, if both of these conditions check out, then we want to add our node's value onto our resulting output array. So we'll say res.append the node.val. Now, if visited is false, then we want to add our node and visited status back onto our stack. So we'll say stack.append the node and a visited status of true this time. Now, this has to go at the very end, right? Because we have to check our children. So before we append this node back onto our stack, we need to check the right and left children. But in this case, we're using an N-ary tree, so we need to loop through just the children array, as opposed to grabbing the left and right children in just a binary tree. So we will say if node.children, if that exists, we can do that by saying if node children, or if the length of node children is greater than 0. What do we want to do? Then we want to loop through, say if we take example 1, right? The children of 1 is 3, 2, and 4. If we hit this else case, we want to loop through all of these and add them onto our stack. So we'll say for child in node.children, we will add that child onto our stack with a visited status of false initially. And then after we're done executing this, right, we can just append the current node, the working node that we're at, and then change its visited status to true. So then we can eventually append that value onto our resulting output array. So let's get rid of some spaces and we will run this. It will fail, so we'll just return res. Right, so we can see it did fail like I said it was going to, right? We have 1, 4, 2, 3, 6, and 5. We expect 5, 6, 3, 2, 4, and 1, right? So this is just reversed. So in order to fix this, right, we can just return the reversed output array, and that will give us our answer. Perfect, we passed both test cases, so we'll submit. Awesome, and it does run. So time and space complexity for this problem is going to be O of n for the time and O of n for the space complexity as well. All right, that'll do it for LeetCode 590.